There's a device that I've been using called a Whoop.
Hello, and welcome back to IGOW, International Game of Whoop. We're on week number 11, and this week the trick is called speed spirals, or I've also heard it referred to as Jacob's Ladder in racing. So, this week, as you can see, we have a different type of trick set up. It's not just a freestyle maneuver outside, it's going to be like a little mini UTT race course. So I'm really excited to announce that this week, the tinywhoop.com sponsored prize is a Mobula 7 HD. If you've never heard of that before, it's a 75mm Cinewhoop that has a Caddx Turtle camera, which is the FPV camera that doubles and takes HD video at the same time. So that's a super awesome prize. And the winner of the weekly tinywhoop.com sponsored prize is going to be whoever completes the course fastest. And remember, anyone can send in a video. You don't have to already be an IGOW. So anyone can set up this course and run it and send in their video, and whoever's fastest will win the Mobula 7 HD. So let's go over the requirements that you need to satisfy in order to be eligible to win the prize and to avoid a letter this week if you're playing an IGOW. So, the first requirement is that if you have an OSD, you have to turn on the timer. So, you can turn on either one of the timers or both of them. You just have to have at least one of your timers on if you have an OSD. Now, if you don't have an OSD, we highly suggest that you go into Betaflight and enable it. But it's not an absolute requirement. You can still record your laps if you're not able to turn on the OSD in your DVR, and you just have to put some other type of timer on the video. Obviously, you're not allowed to manipulate the speed of your footage in any way. If you try to speed up your footage to win the prize, you will be caught, you will be disqualified, you will be shamed as a cheater.
Shame!
And you will no longer be welcome in the Tiny Whoop group or the Tiny Whoop community. So don't do it, because it's not worth it. Alright, requirement number 2 is that you set up the course correctly. Now, what you're basically going to need is 4 total gates. The gates can have a maximum inner diameter of 24 inches, and you're going to need about 10, maybe 15 feet of space total to set up the track. So the way it's set up is at the start here, you have a gate on the ground. That's going to be the start and finish gate. And then 5 feet, I have measured out here, to the center of your triple gate or your spiral gates. 3 stacked gates here on the left side of some type of support or pole. And then another 5 feet from that, or 10 feet from the start gate, you have a turnaround pole at the end. Now, you want to make sure that the center of your gate is lined up with the side of your triple gates or whatever pole you have supporting them, and that's also lined up with the pole at the end. The second part of requirement number 2 is that you run the track correctly. If you do not run the track correctly, that's going to be an automatic letter, so pay attention to this part. So, with the help of Ashley's Frog Whoop here, we are going to do a course walkthrough. You want to begin behind the start-finish gate, looking at the rest of the course. And then you take off, and your time will begin when you first pass through the start-finish gate. After you pass through the start-finish gate, you want to go slightly to the right, and then start to circle around the pole in a counterclockwise motion, first passing through the lowest gate. Then you want to continue to circle around in a counterclockwise direction, passing through the middle gate and continuing to rise up and passing through the top gate. Then, while still rotating counterclockwise, you want to descend and then pass through the middle gate again, and then finally pass through the bottom gate. After you've completed the counterclockwise spiral, you want to go around the end post clockwise and then go back to the triple gates and keep rotating clockwise, passing through the bottom gate, rising up, passing through the middle gate, the top gate, and then back down again through the middle gate, still spinning clockwise through the bottom gate. After completing the clockwise spiral, circle around and head towards the finish gate, and your time stops as you pass through. And the third requirement is that you complete the entire course in under 30 seconds. So on your OSD timer, it has to be 30 seconds or less. Alright guys, so I hope you like the different type of trick we got going this week. I think it should be a lot of fun for everyone and a reprieve for some people that are having some bad weather. So get out there and do some speed spirals and let's see who can get the fastest time. Polka dog in the mouth! Under 30 seconds.